So today I've got a battle against my friend Kevin or Accelerator. That's his YouTube name. He recently just got hacked, so I'd recommend you go and check him out. His link will be in the description. So we're doing a UU/OU mix, and I'm gonna lead off with Scizor, and he's gonna lead off with Machamp. Now I'm just gonna go straight off for the U-turn because I didn't want my Scizor to take the dynamic punch because I didn't think I'd take it too well. So I was switching to my Bronzong, and I thought I would have been able to take this dynamic punch a lot better than I did. So he's going to be able to 3-hit KO me, and he does outspeed. And I really wanted to get up my rocks here, or at least one of my screens, but unfortunately I hit myself. And Bronzong goes down, so it's a really early 5-6 lead for him. So I'm going to switch into Alakazam to scare him out, and it's way too early to overpredict, so I go for the Psychic. And it did actually a lot more to the Steelix than I thought it was going to do, which probably tells me he's not especially defensive. So I can go into Suicune here as he sets up his rocks. And this is actually my choice spec Suicune. You rarely ever see these things. And I predicted him to switch, so I went for HP Electric, predicting him to go into a Gyarados, and then forcing the switch for me, and then getting his Dragon Dance up. But I guess he thought the Toxic would have been more important, but I mean, like, what if I did go for, like, the Hydro Pump? Like, that kind of would have backfired on him. So I do predict him to switch this time, and I go for HP Electric again, and it does a actually reasonable amount to this, Miltank. But I'm going to have to switch now because I am locked into that. And I switch into my Scizor thinking I could take any move. And I know he wouldn't go for the Thunder Wave if he had it, just in case. So I know he's going to switch fearing the Brick Break or the Superpower. So I just went for the U-turn, which is a really good move on my part because I do get it on this Dragonite. And now I have a free switch into my Azumarill, which can take any move this guy has and go for Ice Punch and kill him. And since I overpredicted earlier, I don't want to overpredict again, so I just went for the Ice Punch. And because I knew he'd predict me to overpredict again. So the Ice Punch is obviously going to take out this Dragonite. Maybe if it was 5th gen and he had like a multi-scale, then maybe it wouldn't have killed, but it does, and Azumarill's sitting at about half HP here. So he knows I'm going to be like locked into Ice Punch, so he brings in his Raikou, and I was fearing he'd be Scarfed or something, so I switch into Dugtrio, and he does get up a Substitute, so it's kind of unfortunate. But I'm going to go for the Earthquake here to break his sub. I thought he'd go for Calm Mind, but he actually goes for HP Grass, and my friend calced it for me, and I am able to live this. It was like 89 to like 94% minimum and max this HP Grass would have done to me. So I had a 100% chance of living it unless you got a crit, which would have kind of been unfortunate. But so I am going to be able to take this guy out because of Arena Trap. He's not allowed to switch, and I'm able to KO this Raikou, which is a big threat off his team because this guy can do so much damage to my team with Thunderbolt and having that HP Ice. So he's going to bring in his Machamp, and because Rock's up and everything, I didn't think Dugtrio would be too useful for me anymore. So he's just going to KO it with the Bullet Punch. So I'm assuming he's locked into Bullet Punch, like he's Choice Banded, so I do go for my Hydro Pump here, and I don't miss, which is really awesome because I do get it on this Miltank, and that is going to do well over half, which is awesome. And I didn't actually think this Spec Suicune would actually do anything. But it actually destroys like this Miltank, which is another big threat off his team, because Miltanks are pretty dangerous. If they start setting up like curses, then it's almost good game at that point, unless you get a crit. So he's gonna go into his own Dugtrio and go for Earthquake. I thought I might be able to live this. I mean, I'm not EV trained in defense or HP, but I thought I would have been able to live that. But I was stuck in there anyway because of Arena Trap, so. Now I bring in my Azumarill to scare it off with the Aqua Jet, and that's what I do. I go for the Aqua Jet, not to overpredict, because if I went for Waterfall and he KO'd this Azumarill, it almost would have been game. So he brings in this, his Steelix, and Aqua Jet does a fair amount. It's a 3-hit KO, which is awesome, and he does go for the Earthquake. I didn't think he'd have Earthquake, actually. I thought he'd have Gyro Ball, whatever. and it doesn't end up killing me. I live with 11 HP, which I'm not sure if that was minimum. It might have been. I don't think so, though. And I'm going to be able to KO him with the Aqua Jet. So he's going to bring in his Machamp, which I know he already has Bullet Punch, but I thought Azumarill still outsped Machamp, but I guess not. So his Bullet Punch is going to go first. So now going to my Scizor, I'm going to be able to get off my Bullet Punch, and here's where I thought he was banded. Or even scarfed, maybe. I don't know. But he's able to switch moves, so I don't know what item it is. I'm guessing it's Focus Sash, but that'd be kind of weird, because I don't see Life Orb, and he's able to switch his moves. So I have no idea what item this guy is. If you're watching this, Kevin, give a... tell me in the comments or something. So he's going to bring in his Epic Mole guy here, his Dugtrio, and I hit myself in confusion, which is really unfortunate. But I'm going to bring in my Alakazam, and this was so epic. It was a speed tie, and I end up winning, which is amazing because I'm going to go for the Psychic, and that's obviously going to OHKO this Dugtrio. So good game, Kevin. It was a 1-0. I had fun playing it, and I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment if you liked it. Like it, dislike it, whatever. So I hope you enjoyed it, and expect more from me later.